Warning, don't even think about trying intermittent fasting until you watch this video all the way through. What's up guys, it's Anthony from AB Fitness Center, and today we're going to be discussing intermittent fasting, what it is, but don't start it until you watch this video. That's all I'm going to say, because there's a lot of things that you could do wrong with intermittent fasting. I know so many people who have done intermittent fasting who've actually gained weight because they were not doing this one critical thing that I'm going to be talking about. So basically, intermittent fasting is a tool, and I do use it with some of our clients. Again, every person's a little bit differently, so a good coach has to be able to adapt these things into people's lives, these tools, because some of them are beneficial. So what is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is basically only eating during a certain window of time. So there's different windows of intermittent fasting. You could do a 16-8, meaning that you fast for 16 hours and then you eat for 8. You could do a 20 and a 4, you fast for 20, eat for 4, or you could just fast for a full 24 hours out of the course of the week, whichever you prefer best. I always think that a 16-8 is probably the better one to do. It helps to, and I'll cover that in a second. I want to catch up and jump ahead, but basically I believe that one's probably the better one. So with intermittent fasting, it does increase your insulin sensitivity, so more of the food that you eat is going to be utilized for building muscle and losing fat. Right? It lowers inflammation in your body, and it helps, more importantly, it helps to stop mindless eating, which is a big problem that most people have. So basically, this is how it works. I'm going to tell you the truth about how it works. So let's just, for argument's sake, say I told you, okay, you need to eat 1,800 calories every day in order for you to lose weight. So you eat those 1,800 calories. Doesn't matter how you eat them. Your body's very, very smart. It's not like your body says, oh, it's 9 o'clock at night, you're gonna eat, I'm gonna store it all as fat. Meal timing is bull. So all you gotta worry about is before you go to sleep at night that you have your 1,800 calories done and eaten. So let's just say that that's the case, right? You need to eat 1,800 calories. Intermittent fasting is a good tool because you're condensing the window of time that you're supposed to eat those calories down into a good amount of time. So let's say you normally have, 4 meals a day, but they're smaller because you're spacing those meals out throughout the course of the day. But with intermittent fasting, if you're only having 2 big meals a day, that means 2 900 calorie meals, which is great because you're going to be fuller and it's just going to allow you to not feel like you're dieting, so to say, right? So that's where it really, really gets beneficial, okay? And intermittent fasting just in itself is pretty foolproof. It's so easy, it's not complicated, it's pretty easy to do. But the problem is, this is the problem where most people go wrong with all of this, is that they don't track their calories. You need to still track your calories because that is the only thing that matters. And remember, you don't lose weight in one day. You lose it over days, weeks, and months. So if you create a deficit today, but you overeat tomorrow your calories, that's it. You've just negated the deficit that you did the day before. So with intermittent fasting, if you're gonna do it, you need to be still tracking your calories because that's very, very important. And you also still need to be eating adequate amounts of protein if your goal is to change the shape of your body and the way your body looks. So without tracking those calories, you can gain weight with intermittent fasting. It doesn't matter how much you fast, you're still gonna be overeating. So this is why it's important to track. So let's just say for argument's sake, I need my calculator. So let's just say for argument's sake, I have 2,000 calories every day, right? So I eat 2,000 calories every day. I times that by 7, I get 14,000 calories to have for the week, okay? So now this is where intermittent fasting gets cool. So if I don't eat all day one day, I've created a 2,000 calorie deficit just by fasting for that window. But if I'm allocating those calories, I have to adjust those calories accordingly. So this is where it can get really, really tricky. So when you do a 24-hour fast, you're going to create more of a calorie deficit, and we use this as a tool. But if you're doing a 16-8 or 20-24 or whatever the window is of time that you want to do, it's fine, but you have to just hit your calories because it all boils down to in this case, the 14,000 calories that I need to eat at the end of the week. So if I go over that total number, I'm gonna gain weight. It doesn't matter if I practiced intermittent fasting, if I didn't do it. So you need to really, really keep that in mind. It's not something that you could just, okay, I'm not eating and that's it, and you're just gonna, the weight's just gonna fall off. It doesn't work like that. Whether you like it or not, your body is tracking your macros. So you need to be able to follow through with that and make sure that you're tracking it as well. Because remember, like I said, intermittent fasting is a tool that you could use to make your journey better. So again, like I said, instead of having 1,800 calories spread over 4 meals, you would basically spread it down into 2 and you'd be more full of doing that. But you'd be hungrier at other points in the day. So for me, intermittent fasting works for me if I skip breakfast in the morning and start eating around like 1, 2 o'clock, because I get hungrier at night. So that's when I could use it. I don't do intermittent fasting. I do something I call a very different type of fasting. So basically, I get up in the morning and I just have protein because I'm not hungry in the morning. And then my lunch, I'll usually start having carbs. So I basically save my carbs and my fat for later on in the day. That's just what I do because I get hungrier at night, so I want to bolus my food. But again, as you guys can see, this is a tool that you can use to help make your journey easier. So hopefully this video helped you. If you're interested in sitting down with me to discuss your personal goals, just click that link in the description below. And remember, don't just watch my videos and do nothing. Go and take action. So if you're thinking about doing intermittent fasting, download MyFitnessPal, start tracking your calories, and then try intermittent fasting. I'll catch you on the next one.